I've discovered the mistakes that stop 95% of people from reaching their goals. And these are mistakes that are very common, but most people aren't even aware that they're making them. And realizing these mistakes can be the game changer you need to achieve your goals. Because guess what? You aren't lazy, you aren't undisciplined, and you dang sure aren't a failure. Trust me, it could feel like you're doing everything right, but these hidden mistakes might just be what's holding you back. Are you ready to have an aha moment and fix these mistakes that are secretly holding you back? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because not only am I revealing these mistakes in this video, but I'm backing them up with evidence-based solutions from my work as a neuropsychologist, goal coach, and now years of experience implementing the strategies from the book, The 12-Week Year. And you can call me Sherlock Homegirl as I share all the mistakes I discovered. Let's get started. The dark side of ambition. Why is no one talking about the dark side of ambition? We all know the glamorous benefits of being a hustler and a goal-getter, like success, money, status, but what about the cons and the cost of ambition? For most multi-passionate, ambitious folks, there's this strange mixture of neurodivergence and anxiety. While you may be multi-passionate, creative, and a dreamer, that likely comes with disorganization, feeling scattered, which can even lead to anxiety. I get it, trust me. You don't want to let your many ideas die, and the fear that you want to get to do all of the things that you want to do is real. And if you're really honest with yourself, there may be this unconscious belief that you aren't doing enough that is actually fueling you to constantly be adding things to your plate. The first hidden mistake is that you're focused on the wrong things, and you may not even be focused at all. When I had my business coaching women to manifest their dreams, I remember this one client in particular that was held back by lack of focus. She had big goals for her own e-commerce business, but she kept getting sidetracked by her many other ideas. And I mean many, many other ideas. And this was diluting her efforts. Every time I spoke to her, she was adding a new way of marketing, a new product, or even a new business venture the next time I talked to her. And it wasn't until we really worked on her ability to streamline her efforts that she was able to make her first six figures. The solution to this mistake is to meticulously prioritize and to focus when trying to reach your goals. This doesn't mean you have to give up on your other ideas, but I want you to reserve them for a later time that you can actually give them attention that they deserve. Making things hard. Now that we fixed your focus problem, we can move on to the next mistake. And this is where it gets interesting. Many people are actually unaware that they're actually sabotaging themselves before they even get started on their goals. And that's because self-sabotage isn't always obvious. Let me break this down. Do you have a goal that you have been trying to reach for a while, but it's really just not happening? Maybe it's working out or trying to eat better. You have the best of intentions, but you keep disappointing yourself. This may have nothing to do with being lazy or undisciplined. Your mistake is you're secretly sabotaging yourself by making things hard on yourself. Let me give you an example. The first year after I had my first child, I desperately wanted to start working out again, but despite putting it on my vision board and writing out my SMART goals, it just wasn't happening. And then one day I started thinking about, when did I actually get my butt on the treadmill? What was the difference from when I didn't? And the answer was actually remarkably simple. If I had socks downstairs, set out my workout clothes the night before so I could put them on first thing in the morning, I would work out. If I had to go upstairs to change, or even if I had my workout clothes on and I just had to go upstairs to get socks, I wouldn't. And in a similar vein, now with my Pilates, if I book my classes at the beginning of the week, I'll go. But if I don't book my classes at the beginning of the week, I won't go. If I meal prep, I eat healthy. If I don't, it's hello, DoorDash. So the solution for this mistake is simply to plan and prepare. And for me, using my Mod Ambition Goal Planner and the planning routines is my secret sauce, really. Everything is aligned with my goals. And once I have my plan in place, I'm all set to take time to actually prepare and set myself up for success with things like meal prepping, using templates in my workflow, my weekly reset routine, anything that's going to help make it easier to accomplish my goals during the week. Wrong plate. And this actually leads us to our next mistake. In 2023, an APA study shared that 43% of women reported feeling overwhelmed due to stress. We talked earlier about some of the reasons why we may have too much on our plate, but what if you're still feeling overwhelmed even after streamlining and prioritizing? Let me ask you this then. Do you have too much on your plate, or are you using the wrong plate? Stay with me. Imagine you are at the family cookout and you're starving, so you're piling up your plate with ribs and barbecue beans and mac and cheese and greens. It's making me hungry. And just as you're walking back to your seat, the flimsy dollar store plate breaks from the pressure. But what if your auntie would have bought those sturdy, thick paper plates that even had like the different sections? The same amount of food may have been just fine, not to mention very tasty. So what does this teach us? You may need just a better tool to manage what you have on your plate. Too many people are just using their brain as their tool and walking around with too much on their mind. No wonder you feel overwhelmed. What you need is a strategic tool that can support you in your time management, your goal tracking, and your habit tracking. In my Modern Vision Planner, I have an entire system that is designed to help you reach your goals easier, and it comes with a goal planner, quarterly planning, monthly, weekly, and daily planning pages, because I know that your life is full, you have a full life, and you have big dreams. And whether you use the Modern Vision Goal Planner or another system, make sure you aren't trying to keep it all up in your head. That's what's most important. And especially if you're using the 12-week year strategies, you're going to see the best progress when you're tracking that progress with pen and paper each and every week. Remember, you want to see around 85% or more of a success rate for each of your action items that are helping you move closer to your goals. And if you really want to solidify your system, add accountability. We go live here on my channel every Friday for our weekly accountability meeting and our planning meeting, so be sure to subscribe and join us each and every Friday at 4:30 Central Time. You're expecting a highway. Have you ever seen a TikTok of a girl doing her makeup or a reel, and she starts putting on all these crazy colors and doing all these weird things on her face, and you're thinking, oh no, girl, oh my gosh, what is she doing? What's happening here? This is gonna look horrible. And then the creator says, I know this looks crazy, but just trust the process. And then you take a deep breath, you take a deep breath in and out, and you trust the process. And then by the end, she comes out looking snatched, so beautiful and so nice. And you can see that everything that she did that seemed crazy before, she did for a reason, and it all worked out beautifully. That's kind of how our goal getting journey is. If you think about the journey to our goals as a road trip, right? A lot of you are expecting an open, free highway, but the real journey is the scenic route, and it's full of twists and turns. And if you just trust God's map and God's grace, even when there's detours and even when there are unexpected obstacles, if you're doing the work to keep driving, you could actually enjoy the journey. The problem is some of us are letting perfectionism and even our controlling ways get in the way and sometimes even stop our bag. We want the perfect journey with no obstacles and no setbacks. We want ourselves to be perfect and to change overnight. We want to feel motivated every day to do the work. But the truth is, God put those obstacles there to shape you into who you are becoming. Embrace them. The truth is, you won't change overnight, but that doesn't mean you give up. The truth is, you should be taking actions on your commitments and values, not on how you feel in the moment. So this last mistake is not enjoying the journey, but trying to control it. I want you to prioritize radically accepting the journey, obstacles and all. Now, Sherlock Homegirl didn't intend to preach to you today, but somebody needed to hear that. And I definitely won't gatekeep on the 12-week year. As I mentioned, it's a strategy I've used for years now to help me reach my goals faster and easier. But it's important that you know how to precisely implement the 12-week year strategies if you want them to work, which is why I teed up a video I did for you on the 12-week year that comes with a free PDF cheat sheet for you to watch next. Cheers to planning, manifesting, and enjoying your dream life. And until next time, namaste.